Good day, class. Today, our topic is all about financial plan, costing and pricing startup, capital estimation, and financial forecasting for Philippine food business.
Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the learners will be able to explain the components of startup cost, financial forecasting methods, and local market consideration for food business in the Philippines. Appreciate the importance of proper financial planning and responsible budgeting in starting and sustaining a food business. Prepare a simple financial plan, including cost estimates and projected income.
So now I have a question. So first, why it is important to accurately estimate all startup costs before opening a food business? Yes, Miss Dane? All right, correct. It is important to accurately estimate startup costs to ensure that the business has enough funds to operate. This helps prevent financial problems and unexpected expenses. So second question is, how do market demand and seasonal factors affect a business financial planning? Yes, Mr. Lambot? Yes, correct. Market demand and seasonal factors influence how much a business can sell at a given time. Business must adjust their budget and projections to match changes in the sales and expenses. So now class, let's proceed to our main topic. So, class, before starting a business, especially a food business, what is the most important thing we need to prepare? Yes, Miss Gear? Alright, correct. Today, we will learn how to estimate the startup capital and create financial projection. So, why do you think financial planning is very important? Yes, Mr. Elo? Very good. Financial planning helps ensure the success and sustainability of a business. So first is startup cost components of Philippine food businesses. So first is the K cost categories. Startup cost for food business in the Philippines can be grouped into the following categories. First is the equipment. Class, when we look at the equipment category of our business plan, we were identifying the essential physical assets required to transform our raw ingredients into a finished, marketable product. This includes everything from the thermal appliances used for cooking and the refrigeration units necessary for food safety. So, to the specialized tools for preparation and the machinery used for the professional packaging because these items represent a significant upfront investment. It is a vital to select tools that match your specific business's scale, whether that is a mobile food cart or a full-scale catering operation, while also ensuring that you have a reliable point of sale system to accurately track your sales and inventory from day one. The second one is the facility rental and setup. So this category covers the physical space where your business is operates. It involves upfront costs like a less deposits, often 2 to 3 months worth, and renovation expenses to ensure that the layout is efficient for food production. Beyond aesthetics, you must fund the installation of utilities like electricity, water, and gas, designed to handle the industrial loads. So, the most importantly, the setup must be built to meet the rigorous compliance standard of the FDA Philippines and your local LGU, focusing on proper ventilation, sanitation stations, and pest control to pass the health inspections. Third one is the permits and licenses. So before you can legally sell a single product, you must clear several bureaucratic hurdles. So this includes obtaining a barangay certificate and a mayor's permit to operate within your specific municipalities. And then, on the national level, registering with the BIR is essential for the tax compliance and issuing for the official receipts. And for food businesses, the FDA license to operate LTO is the most critical certifications as it proves your facility and processes meet the Philippine food safety laws. So these fees are not fixed. They scale based on your total assets and the specific ordinances of your location. So the fourth one is the raw materials and the inventory. So this represents your working capital in physical form. It includes the initial stocks of the ingredients needed for your first production runs, along with the packaging materials like pouches, labels, or boxes ba. When planning this budget, it is vital to account for seasonal availability. For example, is the price of local fruits or crops may fluctuate throughout the year. Sourcing from local suppliers can often reduce logistic costs and support the community. But you must ensure they can provide a consistent supply to keep your inventory levels stable. So next is initial marketing and branding. So this is your business first impressions and is essentials for building identity and awareness. It involves the creative cost of logo design and menu creations to establish a consistent visual theme. So, beyond digital assets, this budget covers physical promotional materials such as banners, flyers, or kanang signage to attract the foot traffic. Um, in this, a significant portion should be dedicated to social media setup and advertising campaigns specifically designed to target local consumers in your immediate area, ensuring that your community knows exactly what you offer before you even open your doors. Alright. So second is working capital. So working capital is the financial safety net that keeps your business breathing during the initial months when expenses is often exceed the revenue. So this funds covers day-to-day operations including the staff salaries, monthly utilities, and the constant restocking of your raw materials. And also, industry experts is typically recommend having enough liquid cash to cover 3 to 6 months of the total expenses. This ensures that even if sales starts low, you can maintain your quality of service and production without the rest of the immediate shutdown. Next is bottom-up estimation. So this is the accurate way to build a budget. Instead of estimating a broad strokes, you list everyday individual item for a single spatula to a heavy-duty streamer and research their actual local prices. For students, this means that visiting local suppliers, getting formal quote, and checking the official LGU or FDA website for the most current permits freeze. By summing up these specific verified costs, you eliminate guessworks and build a budget based on the reality. So second is benchmarking. To ensure your bottom-up numbers are realistic, you use benchmarking to compare your estimates with similar existing business in your region. For example, if you are opening a snack businesses, you would look the physical startup cost of other food stalls. This helps you to validate your estimates and adjust for any discrepancies in business size or concept, ensuring that your financial expectations aligns with local market standards. So next is the contingency planning. So no matter how well you plan, unexpected costs will arise. Contingency planning involves setting aside an extra 10 to 15% of your total estimated cost as a buffer fund. So this money is a reserve for surprise like sudden equipment repairs, delays in permit processing, or price hikes in raw materials. Having this fund it prevents a minor setback from becoming a financial crisis that stalls your launch. Financial forecasting basics. First is the revenue projection. Class, before we even open our doors, we must conduct through market research to ensure there is an actual hunger for what we are selling. So this involves analyzing our local community, looking at population size and income levels to set our prices, and studying our competitors to see how income we can offer something different or better. We also have to be mindful of the unique rhythm of the Philippine market. For instance, you should plan for higher demand for cold treats during the summer heat and prepare a special promotion or project for Christmas and local fiestas when people are most likely to celebrate with food. Because by understanding these patterns, we can ensure that our business styles relevant and profitable all year round. Class, once we know our cost, we have to project our income using sales forecasting and long-term projections. We can use the unit sales methods to estimate how many items will sell daily based on our price, or the market share method to see what percentage of the local population we can really realistically capture from our competitors. It is also important not to just think about day one. We need a 1 to 3 year plan that account for our brand will grow, how we might add new products, or even how we could expand to new location as our brand's awareness increases. Because this ensures that we are not just starting a business for today, but building one that lasts for years to come. Next is the expenses projection. To manage a business effectively, you must understand how your costs behave your production changes. Categorizing these expenses allows you to predict your break-even point and manage your cash flow during different times of the year. First is the fixed expenses. These are the predictable costs that stay the same every month, whether you sell 100 items or none at all. Example ani is it includes your rent, your facility, insurance premiums, and salaries for your permanent staff because these costs are consistent. They provide stable baselines for your monthly budget. Then the second is the variable expenses. Unlike fixed costs, these fluctuate in direct proportion for your sale volume. Because if you produce more, these costs go up. If you produce less, they go down. This includes the raw materials or the ingredients, the packaging, and commission fees on sales. Tracking this is vital because they determine your profit margin on every unit sold. So the third is the semi-variable expenses. So this cost contain both fixed and variable element. So for instance, utility bills often have a fixed base charge or fixed plus a free based on how much electricity or water you use, variable. Similarity, delivery vehicle maintenance might include a basic monthly fee plus additional cost for tires or repairs based on the what? Based on the distance driven. The fourth one is the seasonal adjustment. In the industry, costs are rarely static throughout the year because you must account for seasonal price hikes or certain produce during the off seasons. Additionally, your expenses will naturally increase during holiday promotions or when you introduce seasonal menu changes such as special packaging or extra marketing for Christmas or kanang mga local fiestas. Next is the cash flow projection. Class, the most important role in business is to always have enough cash on hand to cover your expenses. Which is why we must master a cash flow management. We track our cash inflows like daily sales and loans against our cash outflows, which are our monthly bills and also the taxes, to make sure that we never run out of the money. Because by monitoring key metrics like our break-even point and inventory turnover, we can see exactly how fast our products are turning back into cash. This also allows us to identify the potential money problems early on, ensuring that we have the funds to keep operating even during the slower months of the first year. Local context and consideration. First is the Philippine market factors. Class, as a food entrepreneurs, we have to respect the rhythm of the seasons because they directly affect our wallet. Seasonal fluctuations mean that while tropical fruits might be cheap and easy to find during the harvest, they become expensive during the rainy season. We must also learn to adjust our inventory or even our menu to stay profitable. We also have prepare for the peaks, those like town fiestas, long weekends, or Christmas when demand suddenly spikes. By saving the extra profit we make during these periods, we can ensure that the business is stable during the slower months when the weather or the calendar keeps the customers away. Class, the final piece of our business puzzle is understanding the environment we operate in. When we choose our sourcing options, we have to decide between the low cost of the palengke and the reliability of the supermarket to keep our kitchen running smoothly. We also have to be vigilant about regulatory requirements, ensuring we stay compliant with the latest FDA and BIR rules to avoid any legal hiccups. Finally, we also keep your target customer in mind. Remember that Filipino consumers value their hard-earned money and look for familiar, high-quality products. Because if you can provide great value while following the law and sourcing smartly, you build a strong foundation for a successful food business. The last one is the financial models for micro food business. Class, when we look for micro food businesses like a small food cart or a home-based mochi business, our financial strategy has to be much more flexible and linear. Since we are working with a smaller startup capital, our main goal is to keep our fixed cost as low as possible. Often by starting right away from our kitchens or using mobile carts instead of renting a big store. We also use a simple cash-based accounting system where we focus on the actual money coming in and out each day. This lean approach allows us to stay agile, reduce our rest, and ensure that we can keep the business running even in the very small budget.